Hello viewers, you're welcome to the very first edition of your motivational and life transforming program, Rising Prime, on your independent television station, AIT. Rising Prime is a motivational program where we interview high ranking people and they shall be discussing with us how they made it to the top, what was their challenges and how they were able to conquer them, just to encourage, enlighten, and educate the less privileged Nigerians, telling them that they can be whosoever they want to be, so far they can be focused and they can conquer their fears. Today's edition promises to be great because I have a guest here. I call him a general, he's a philanthropist, he's a businessman, and to crown it all, he is the CEO of the first ethnic satellite channel in Europe, Ben Television. But before I introduce you to my guest, we'll be going on this short break. Please don't go away.
Hi friends, my name is Israel and I'm here to tell you about a powerful motivational program that is about to hit the city of Kaduna. It is titled Rising Prime. Rising Prime is a motivational program that is set aside to provide solutions to long-time challenges of many poor and less privileged Nigerians. As we shall be interviewing some highly positioned Nigerians to discuss how they got their achievement, what their challenges were, and how they were able to conquer it. Rising Prime will be showing on this favorite independent television, AIT, every Wednesday by 6 to 6:30 p.m. And for our viewers and fans that are not Kaduna dominant, we have made a provision for you to get every details of Rising Prime on our Facebook page. Just log on your Facebook and search for Rising Prime, like our page, and you shall get every details of Rising Prime edition on our Facebook page. Please don't miss out.
Hello, welcome to Ben Television News.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Rising Prime on your #1 independent television, AIT. My guest for today is Dr. Alistair Shoyode. He is the CEO of the first ethnic satellite channel in Europe. He is a businessman, and I mean a businessman to the core. He is once chairman of NIDO. You're welcome, sir, to the program.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you, sir.
Let me start by asking you, sir, for the sake of our viewers, we'd like to know who is Mr. Alistair Shoyode?
Well, thank you. Mr. Alistair Shoyode is a Nigerian, a fully blooded Nigerian, the way we like to describe it. And he's a person who my parents come from the two sections of Nigeria, from the north and the south. I kind of really do not want to focus on saying this is the state I'm from. Reason why, because I believe in the unity of the nation rather than the segregation of the nation. So, and then of course, I'm into sport before I move into telecom, and then from telecommunication, I know nothing about television, then I went into television. At the end of the day, been the founding director, chairman of the first black-oriented TV station in Europe, based in United Kingdom, called Ben Television, Bright Entertainment Network. And the atheist of what we do through that angle is to promote Nigeria, promote black people, promote Africans, and the ethnic community and what they're doing. And of course, before that time as well, and all the things among all the things I've done, he's still been the chairman of Nigerian Diaspora Organization, which is a global organization for Nigerian professionals in Europe and around the world, from United States to Africa. Of course, I have other business interests. One of the major projects now that we're embarking upon is something called AMCOR, which means Nigeria International Mentoring Corps. a platform whereby we utilize and want to bring Nigerian professionals living in the diaspora to mentor young Nigerians at home, either through communication, which means through the means of communication, phone call, email, just to find a platform to encourage and motivate and inspire, which is one of the things that your program is all about.
All right, sir. What inspired the initialization of the the first ethnic satellite channel in Europe? Ben, what inspired you and how were you able? Because there's this notion, many people feel, oh, for a black man to go to Europe and establish, you have to either get married to someone that's there or you must be there for a very long time. How were you able to make it? How were you able to break these laws and you established Ben? And not just, Ben is not just known in Europe, he's known almost all over the world. How were you able to make it, sir?
Well, thank you. I really don't think that I broke any law. But of course, I broke the law of maybe the business barrier, that there are a section that you may not be able to indulge yourself into. And especially the media. The media control the minds of people, and the media is a powerful tool in any part of the world, more so in the Western world, whereby your information is very, very crucial to the development of their nation. So being there, looking at looking at the challenges that the black people are facing, not having any platform that represent the interests of the black community, the yearning of the black community, it means there must be a platform somewhere, an avenue where information can be distributed, information can be shared. And of course, looking through the whole system, and Nigeria was absolutely receiving quite a lot of negative bashing. Negative bashing in the sense that Nigeria as a nation, either by her own citizens, facing a lot of challenges were bashing the nation, or because of what the Western media has been reading about Nigeria and allowing them as well to bash the nation. Again, we're not really using the word bash again, because most of the story, if they're true, then it is a true fact of things happening on the African continent. And so I found it as a challenge to say, here we are, and there's no representation for the black community. The best thing we can do is find a platform where we can now begin to share and educate our own people, as much as educating the Western community about what is happening on the African continent, more so what's happening in Nigeria. And I believe with the coming of the likes of Ben Television, it has reduced rather, the negative perception about our country. Nevertheless, they're still there, okay, and is a fact that we cannot ignore.
All right, so being a farmer, because we understand that you do not have a media background, what made you switch into media, and what were your challenges, and how were you able to conquer them? And now Ben is in the limelight. Everybody knows Ben, a black man as the chairman of Ben that did not necessarily come out from a media background. How was it? What was your challenges, and how were you able to conquer them?
I wouldn't say we have conquered our challenges, because challenges are there for every day. What you do is you manage and you try to cut your coat according to your size, trying to do the best you can within the limited resources of what you have. Looking at it really coming from the background that yes, indeed what I study, if I said I went to school, is I study agriculture, which would technically make me a farmer. And so for that reason, even the likes of the international media, the likes of CNN said, from farm to CEO, as their own description. So I look at it and said, well, what can we do to enhance, promote, inspire the black community? What can we do to reduce the negative perception about Nigeria as a nation? There are definitely some positive role models. There are people who are doing wonderful, good jobs, people who are succeeding in their business, but they never seem to be profiled, never been talked about. So with the outcome of Ben Television, let's begin to showcase our own people and the success of our own business and the way we can promote ourselves.
We understand that you were once chairman of NIDO. We would like you to share with our viewers, what were your achievements during your tenure as a chairman of NIDO, and what were your challenges, and how were you able to conquer your challenges during your tenure?
I quite understood now really what politics is all about, in the sense that in any group, you have a division, you have a separation, you have a united factor, you have things that really bring you together to unite and to work for one aim. And as a chairman of the Nigerian Diaspora Organization, which is a platform of Nigerian professionals coming under one umbrella to see what they can do towards the development of the nation, Surely enough, without saying this is what it is, this is what it is, what we have done during our time, definitely we have brought in the unity of the organization. We have promoted the organization to more prominence within the Nigerian system, within the Nigerian industry, within the Nigerian MDAs and the likes of them. They know more about NIDO, and they know what NIDO stands for. It's an organization that have professionals. Challenges, surely enough now, as we can see in any political grouping, NGOs, solo, especially where there is election, you find the challenges that people want to compete with, people want to contest, and people need to be mobilized. Those things I have now realized what they are. And nevertheless, we would like to see more being done, even though now I'm not the chairman, but we like to see more, because when you have talent and you have professionals, the best thing you can do is to bring them in so that they can help you build your state, build the nation at large. And I guess that's the reason why now we have, personally from my own point of view, has developed the attitude of this international mentoring, the international mentoring scheme for Nigeria, which will be launched by His Excellency the Ambassador at Large, Dr. Bamanga Tukur. And then, of course, with that, then we will come into the nation and build and mentor our own people.
Viewers, it's been awesome speaking with Dr. Alistair Shoyode. I told you that this edition promises to be great. We shall be going on a very short break, and we shall be right back. Hi friends, my name is Israel, and I'm here to tell you about a powerful motivational program that is about to hit the city of Kaduna. It is titled Rising Prime. Rising Prime is a motivational program that is set aside to provide solutions to long-time challenges of many poor and less privileged Nigerians. As we shall be interviewing some highly positioned Nigerians to discuss how they got their achievement, what their challenges were, and how they were able to conquer it. Rising Prime will be shown on this favorite independent television, AIT, every Wednesday by 6 to 6:30 p.m. And for our viewers and fans that are not Kaduna dominant, we have made a provision for you to get every details of Rising Prime on our Facebook page. Just log on your Facebook and search for Rising Prime, like our page, and you shall get every details of Rising Prime edition on our Facebook page. Please don't miss out. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Rising Prime on your independent television, AIT. And my guest has been Dr. Alistair Shoyode, the CEO of Ben Television in Europe. Is it true? You know, many of these young people have this perception that for you to make it to the top, you have to involve yourself in a crafty business. You have to have a godfather somewhere. I want you to share light on this. I want you to tell our viewers, is this really true?
Well, absolutely not true. I've never been involved in a crafty business. I'm crafty in the sense of the way I operate my business. You have to be crafty, you have to be knowledgeable, you have to be wise, but not having a negative craft or negative perception, negative ideology is not my taking. I absolutely believe that if you have the resources, you can definitely succeed. And if you're not greedy in life, you can definitely succeed. To some people, success means maybe having 10 cars, 10 homes, 10 houses everywhere. And to some, for me, success means I'm able to afford what I want without feeling the pressure of anybody on the street, without feeling the pressure that somebody is bigger than myself. So it all depends on what you are aiming for. But surely enough, I believe that godfatherism, well, I haven't got a godfatherism. I won't say they are godfathers. I call them mentors. People that you can go to that can give you advice because you want some information. People that if you're stranded somewhere in terms of your business ideology or business idea, you can call them and they can help you out, even just by talking, which now relate back to what I'm talking about, the International Mentoring Scheme, the International Mentoring Cup, where we can help our own Nigerian young leaders as well to succeed in life. So it is a wrong onus on anybody to think that being crafty, especially negative craftiness, will make you succeed in life. I surely enough don't want to be working and start thinking about who is behind me. And when you're in a crafty, bad world, this is basically what you might be thinking of. You might be succeeding, but hey, every minute you'll be thinking that what about if you're busted? What about if the police come after you? is that the life you want to live? I certainly don't want that kind of lifestyle for myself. For the people I associate myself with, and my friends, not at all. But surely enough as well, I want to succeed. I want to make the best of the opportunity that I have as a person. And I appreciate that being a Nigerian is a hard work. But again, that is the DNA as well for every Nigerian, to know that you can succeed in life. You can succeed if you're given the opportunity. You can succeed if you have the resources. You can succeed if you identify the people that can help you. But at the end of the day, you have to be genuine. You have to be honest. You have to be transparent on what you're doing. Without that, you're deceiving yourself. And as I said, you might think you're making the money, but at the end of the day, you're just wondering, when will you get busted? If you don't get busted here by the law and the people who should bust you, if you believe in faith, then you have a God that will judge you on the final day.
Wow, you have a God that will judge you on the final day. Being in London, how much are you able to maintain the Nigerian culture?
100%. I believe in Nigeria. I believe in the culture. I believe in the food. I believe almost everything I do personally. I believe in the Nigerian factor. My dress, what I wear, whatever it is, 80% definitely need to reflect my Nigerianness.
So
And there's no apology.
how was your experience like shaking hands with the Queen of England?
Really, to be honest,
Probably visiting
It's
her
just
in
like,
her palace. Because many of the British people, if we must be frank, most of them haven't even seen her
which is
before.
absolutely true.
Yeah, but being a black man, a Nigerian, and I understand that, I don't know how true that is, but I understand that there is racism there. They don't like blacks. But how were you able to visit the Queen of England, and how was your experience?
I was invited because the Queen at that time wanted to go to Africa, so they invited some African leaders in the UK to be among the guests that she to Buckingham Palace. So it was a good experience. It is a privilege, absolutely, to say, well, here am I, all the way from my village in Nigeria, and now I'm here being recognized because of what I do, not because of how rich I am, because of what I do in the United Kingdom community. And that's the only reason why I got there, not because I'm rich, but my contribution to the community. So it is good. The other point, of course, is as we're there talking about racism, sometimes I feel it is bad, sometimes I feel it's justified. Even in my country, Nigeria, people are saying that you need to register in some state. People are saying you need to go to your state. There's no difference between the two. It's precisely the same thing. But in fact, on the other side, you might say they're white. So there could be tendency between white and black. So kind of even more justifiable than a Nigerian who is born in a state and later on that member of that state telling you to go back to your state. To me, that is worse than racism. We are one nation, one country, united by one passport, united by one constitution. Yet you're telling somebody who is born in your state, get out and go back to your state. That to me is worse than racism.
As a father of three, how do you manage family with business? Because most times, Mr. Alistair is in Nigeria. The next minute, you hear he's gone back to London. The next minute, he's in Nigeria. The next minute, he's gone
No,
back to
that's
London.
totally wrong. I think I probably come to Nigeria maybe when there is something, but not next minute, not next minute, not next week, not next month, maybe every 3 months. Subject to basically, in business, you tend to go to where your customers are. And if you're looking for business and if you have the opportunity, you need to interact and network with those that can potentially give you. We've never been given any Nigerian government.
So how do you manage family with business?
I'm grateful to God that I have a family that understand what I'm doing. And I'm grateful to God that indeed I have a family that understand what I'm doing.
On a final note, what's your advice for the less privileged Nigerians, the poor Nigerians that are out there? They are like, oh, will I ever make it in life? Will I ever be someone in life? Because probably because of their circumstances, probably because they are poor, because they don't have money, because they don't have connection. So because they just believe that for you to make in life, you must have connection. For you
Just like that, you have a connection because you're starting a powerful program with connection. So maybe sometime it do work that you must have connection. But the truth of the matter is because you're already alive, it means that you already have hope. What you just need to do in life is to identify the people that can really make you succeed. And as I said, and I repeat, success means you trying to do something above your normal limitation that negates you growing positively. Yeah? That is to me success. Because I won't ask somebody who has never fly a plane to say, please, I have a plane outside, can you fly us? That is fakeness. It will never happen, you'll just crash. It won't even go anywhere. So it's to identify that, yes, I'm in this situation, hopefully, I may be able to get out of it. Because it's not every prayer that becomes true. Some people are bound to be in that condition forever. What you just need to do is then say, right, is this condition, is it something that I can bear? Is it a pain that I can bear? If it is not a pain you can bear, then please don't think about the negative activities that you need to do. Begin to find somebody, hopefully, that will believe in you. Yeah? And you need to come forth as well with the resources to show that what you're planning to do will work, will succeed beyond, as I said, the limitation of where you are below. So I see that in my own situation. People might say, oh, you're Nigerian, you have access to so and so, but if so and so are not helping me, then my access that you think is useless. And that's why I have then to do what I have to do with the humility, respect, appreciation of life, of where I am, and to make the best of it. And I think that's what anybody should be able to do.
No matter how long you done the try to make your life, make it better, but things no they work for you at all, yeah. Every day they come with your own challenge. By the grace of God, you go surely overcome. So don't give up in life, yo, because your future is bright, yo.
Also talking to Mr. Alistair Shoyode, the CEO of the first epic television station in Europe, Ben. Like I told you earlier before the program starts, that this edition promises to be great, and sincerely it was. If you didn't watch this edition, you missed a lot. Anyway, you've not missed out totally, because we made a provision for you, our viewers. Just log in on our Facebook, it shall be displayed on your screen, and you get the transcript for this edition of Rising Prime. And not just only that, we also made a provision for those that would love to watch the video again. We shall be posting it on our YouTube page. Either way, you don't miss out. If you miss it on TV, you can read it on Facebook, and you can also watch it on YouTube. For sponsorship and advert placement, or you're a youngster, you want to play your music on our program, you get the numbers on your screen to call. And this is how we'll end it for this edition of Rising Prime. See you next edition.
For me, success means I'm able to afford what I want without feeling the pressure of anybody on the street, without feeling the pressure that somebody is bigger than myself. If you have the resources, you can definitely succeed. And if you're not greedy in life, you can definitely succeed. I've never been involved in a crafty business. I'm crafty in the sense of the way I operate my business. You have to be crafty, you have to be knowledgeable, you have to be wise, but not having a negative craft. It is a wrong onus on anybody to think that being crafty, especially negative craftiness, will make you succeed in life. If I said I went to school, I study agriculture, which would technically make me a farmer. And so for that reason, even the likes of the international media, the likes of CNN said, from farm to CEO. And that is the DNA as well for every Nigerian, to know that you can succeed in life. You can succeed if you're given the opportunity. You can succeed if you have the resources. You can succeed if you identify the people that can help you. But at the end of the day, you have to be genuine. You have to be honest. You have to be transparent in what you're doing. Without that, you're deceiving yourself. And as I said, you might think you're making the money, but at the end of the day, you're just wondering, when will you get busted? And if you don't get busted here by the law and the people who should bust you, if you believe in faith, then you have a God that will judge you on the final day. What you just need to do in life is to identify the people that can really make you succeed. And as I said, and I repeat, success means you trying to do something above your normal limitation that negates you growing positively. So it's to identify that, yes, I'm in this situation, hopefully I may be able to get out of it. Because it's not every prayer that becomes true. Some people are bound to be in that condition forever. What you just need to do is then say, right, is this condition, is it something that I can bear? Is it a pain that I can bear? If it is not a pain you can bear, then please don't think about the negative activities that you need to do. Begin to find somebody, hopefully, that will believe in you.
I am rising prime, no matter what may come my way. I will not give up on life anymore. I am rising prime from every ugly situation. I will not give up on life anymore. I am rising prime, no matter what may come my way. I will not give up on life anymore. Even if I fall, I will rise again. Even if I fail, I will start all over. All things are possible if I believe.